Should we not do the stream index thing today? Try. Let's focus on the follow goes today, shall we? Let's focus on the follow goes today. Move that down a little bit. All right. I think I have to add a little bit of a text thing here. I'll call it note. And I'm using Open Sans because that was available in the stream elements. So I just said, what the heck, let's just use Open Sans for everything. So let's go ahead and go and navigate to Open Sans. I don't know if it's installed in the Mac. I probably shouldn't get this thing here. We'll leave that over there. We will let's investigate whether we can find Open Sans in our computer. I'm going to open up Font Book. I don't think it comes with a Mac. It does have Helvetica, which is nice. You know what? Why don't we for the note? What is going on? Oh, opa, Futura Light with an filled awkward raid. An awkward raid. I'm gonna have to get my guitar, Futura. For this, you're gonna have to get my. I have to get my guitar. Hey, Hannah, Hotel Mike, bravo, bravissima, Hannah. Thank you for dropping by. I want to give a Futura Light a shout out for this awesome all-filled awkward raid. I apologize that I don't have my sound effects right now. I'm streaming from a Mac and it's an M1 Mac Mini, so the VST plugins, I would have to like manually build them here in the computer. And I'm just gonna wait till Jim, not Jim Kirk, but the Jim, his name is actually Hugh, but he wants to be called Jim for some reason, so I call him Jim. The creator of Open Broadcaster Studio software, I'm gonna wait till they have an ARM processor ready piece of software without me having to tinker my computer, because I tinker enough. I don't want to tinker so much that I delete everything by mistake. Thanks so much for the shout out, very much appreciated. It's my pleasure, Futura. And you know what, Futura, especially for you and for people such as Tim Pickle and for people such as Hannah, Hotel Mike Bravo, and Pretty Canary, for all of you who I see playing in your wonderful streams, I am attempting to organize at least one day a week an ARMA stream that I want to welcome all of you, anybody who wants to come in, and maybe we could do a joint stream, or whoever wants to, Futura, obviously you're streaming at that time, maybe it could be a joint stream, but I want to start a P versus C game mode in ARMA that is more just during this time, so you people on the other side of the world are awake. And I'm doing good, Pretty Canary. How are you today? Yeah, so that's coming. There's a lot of things coming. Like my notebook is full of to-do lists. Okay, it's like it's a bunch of stuff all over the place. I'm gonna get there eventually, but I like to write things down so I don't forget them. And I learned that with some people that I've worked with in the past, including my friend who I am cat sitting for here in Beacon. This is being transmitted to you via hypertext transfer protocol from Beacon, New York. Hopefully the sound is all right. Let me switch my scene here to the main one and let's see. Whoa, okay, so we have a sort of matrix thing going on right now because I want to move this thing down. I want to focus on the I want to here. Let me turn it down. I have VLC on right now, and which is amazingly the best music player that I've been able to find for the Mac. It's crazy. Like iTunes is dead. The music application that wants you to, you know, use Apple Music. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not used to it. So I'm always looking for open source software that can do anything I want without having to pay for the privilege. I am tired of renting software. It's the cost of doing business. When you're a graphic designer these days, you have to pay for the Adobe Creative Suite monthly as if you're living in their house. You're living in a little Adobe. You're living in an Adobe house, and you have to pay rent, even though it's just ones and zeros, you know. I mean, come on, give us an option to just pay one amount for at least like 3-5 years and not have to pay a rent every month for a piece of software, people. All right, let's see. Did I miss anything in chat? And thanks so much for the follow, Hannah. Whoppa, Futura Light just subscribed. Thank you so much, Futura. I appreciate it. Futura Light coming across the oceans. Coming across 2 oceans if you're coming from east to west, or maybe more of them. We got the Atlantic between us, we got the Pacific. I mean, if you come from the Pacific, that's fine, but that's a bigger ocean. And then you have to have the whole North America continent. You don't have to do it by horseback, but you still have to get all the way here. I don't know where we're being routed from. This server, Twitch server, is probably US East. So it's probably coming from the east, but I don't know. The Earth is round, though, believe it or not. The Earth is round, so it's not just east and west. You can go these directions as well. You can go up and down, left and right. Pretty Canary is doing good, getting ready to sleep soon. I hope Wednesday's treating you good. Wednesday is great. It's a bit sunny here. I don't know if you can tell. It's a little bit of sunlight on me here. I'm very lucky to be hosting this place from my cat sitting location, which is like an old sort of factory warehouse. So there's these giant windows. I wish I could show them to you. Maybe I can show them, but I want to respect the privacy of the person I'm cat sitting for. So I have the green screen and stuff, you know. So Wednesday is doing really good. Anything else? Let's see. Anything else that I missed here? Domit! It's Domit in the house. Good afternoon. Coming from the British Isles, from the UK. I think, are you like my cousin? I always forget. I consider you my friend more than anything, but you know, friends are family you can choose, which is even better than family, in my opinion. But thanks for dropping by, Dom. It's been a while, and I hope that you're doing all right. Pacific, Atlantic. It's flat, yo. It's flat, my good sir. Hello, Elias. Elias, a teacher and a writer, a budding writer. He sent me, or maybe an experienced writer. I don't know. He sent me something to read yesterday. I liked it, and I hope that he keeps at it. I know writing is hard work because my partner is a writer, and she works hard to it, and it's not easy. Tim Pixel putting some salt. Is that some salt? Was that what is the little emote? I don't know what the little emote is. I'm trying to hover over it, but I'm like the OBS in the Mac is a little bit. It's quite a bit missing a little bit of functionality compared to the PC version. I hope it catches up, because if I'm gonna start doing more of these streams from the Mac, then we're gonna have to catch up here. Let's see, what did I want to do? I wanted to lock my camera and unlock the goes, because I'm gonna focus on the fortnightly follows go today. We'll leave that bits thing. It's not going away, it's still there, but I just moved it down. I hid it down here. And I am here today to start giving away all my secrets to all of you. They're not really big secrets, but I'm not gonna give you like the address of where I get haircuts and stuff, Yeah, okay. I really need a haircut. Look this back here. It's like scruffy. It's like, but of the pandemic, you can get away with all this stuff. And what else is square? That's why we have different time zones. Yeah, like it's a square, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 time zones. That'd be nice to be a Minecraft. It's like the sun in Minecraft, It's like a bright. It's like a bright little square on the sky, or the moon. It's really those Minecraft style video games with just like squares and lo-fi 3D graphics. I really appreciate them. I think them very charming, and it simplifies things, you know. You got 4, but you know, be careful. If you go too deep into a square, you might find out about a tesseract, okay, and then that's gonna blow your mind, okay, because it's a 4D square. Boom! Look at this. Here we go. Boom! Look at this. Here we go. Whoa! Watch out! It's a tesseract, and that is a square of 4 dimensions. We humans, we can only see 3 dimensions, but the 4th dimension is time, and I think this is maybe even more dimensions. I don't know. A 3D projection of an 8 cell performing a simple rotation about a plane which bisects the figure from front left to back right to top bottom. There you go. That's the tesseract. Watch out, not. I mean, you guys are throwing me all over the place. I guess I'm throwing myself all over the place right now. But this is, I guess, what the streams are going to be about. Dom says it's like cousin once removed or some shit. Yeah, it's this stuff. Yeah, you mean you're not gonna give your password to your secret Minecraft server? For that one, you have to go to Timmy Thumb's stream. Maybe if you ask Timmy Thumb, he will give you the password to his server, to his admin interface, to his job, and to everything. If you ask nicely, you know. And it depends what you want to do with it. If you tell him, hey, I just want to go into the PA system. I want to go like. Attention all workers, and I don't have the sound effects, so I'm just... Attention all workers, you have the rest of the day off. Please go home, over. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could like break into like some sort of network, like, I don't know, maybe like Facebook or something, and you put like an intercom message and send everyone home? That would be pretty good. Or maybe not, I don't know. Basically, Minecraft is the real life simulator. What? Tesseract. Oh, John Rambo, random fire. Huh? Okay, I'm not playing a video game, so you'll have to do John Rambo random fire like this. But guess what? What else did you do here? Take a moment to visit Timmy Flip. Yep, and some men just want to watch the world burn, I guess. All right, look, I'll give you random fire. Let's do this. Tell me a website you don't like that you want to see destroyed with laser and cannon fire. Give me the name of a website you do not like. I mean, preferably not something that I can show here on stream. I think there's a family-friendly tag. I don't remember if I said it or not. I get confused sometimes, and I miss. Sometimes if it's a little small interface, and I forget the labels are in the bottom, and I don't scroll to the bottom, and I just forget. That's really good machine gun sounds. Hey, Pretty Canary, number one, I'm a boy, so, you know, boys, they like things that, I think it's from our hunter-gatherer days. We like spears and rocks, and we like making a change to our environment, you know, and then that translates eventually to bows and arrows, you know, fire sticks and guns. So when I was a boy, I used to play. I went to the cinema to watch Rambo 2 with my dad. And after I watched Rambo 2, I bought the little Rambo. I think I still have some in my house, in my mom's house. I bought the little Rambo dolls, and they had little guns. And so I'd have to make the noise that the little gun sounds. So I'd do like, you know, like we learn young. Thankfully, we can deprogram ourselves later. Yeah, of course, you can post a clip. No need to ask. Yeah. Family friendly. Oh, I better leave. No, I'll remove the family friendly thing, especially for you. Let's see, where is my stream manager? Hopefully this won't show you my stream key and all that stuff. I think it doesn't show that by default. Edit stream info. Oh shit. Okay, this is not anti-Stasi. Wait, did I not update this today? By the gods, I think I just did it on the schedule. See, I told you I'd give you away all my secrets. This is what this is supposed to be called today. It's called Take the Power Back, Making Personal Websites, Web Publishing, Hosting, HTML, CSS, etc. There's going to be a software development stream, but I like the little beach logo, so I'll leave that there, okay? So much for that. Arma 3 stream, yeah. I wanted to make this a software and game development thing because, you know, website is software. There's no family friendly, that's fine. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. Back, okay. Lost Tours in Mountain Holiday. Here, this is crazy. Let's watch it on stream. This is weird. An intercom message and send everyone home. That would be pretty good. Or maybe not, I don't know. Basically, Minecraft is the real life simulator. What? Tesseract. Oh, John Rambo, random fire. Such an idiot. Thanks for clipping that. I know. No, I'm sorry. I am not doing anti-Stasi today because to do anti-Stasi, the place that I the place that I clip the place that I'm going to host, that I play anti-Stasi is in my friend's server. He used to work for Microsoft, now he works for Google, okay? But we're still using the Microsoft server and they don't really know. Shh, okay, here's a question. Here is a secret. They don't really know that he still has access to the server, so we're using his server, okay? But anyway, so I don't, and that server only runs when we play together at night, which is not now, it's like 8 hours ahead later today. So I used to host my own anti-Arma server, not by myself, but I used to pay like, I think like $20 a month or something to host one. And that's what I'm gonna do again. But there's some things I'm going to do in this that are uncharacteristic of Arma, okay? Number one, we're going to have women soldiers, okay? You're going to be able to pick a woman as your soldier avatar, so you don't have to just look at men's butts all the time, because it's these shooters, most of the time you're looking at men's butts, and I get tired of looking at men's butts. I also want to look at a woman's butt once in a while, personally, but I want people to be able to, if you're a woman and you want to have be a woman soldier, I want you to be able to pick a woman soldier. So we're going to have mods that will add women soldiers, and it's going to be P versus C, it's not going to be P versus P. And here you go, yeah. There you go. All right. Emails Bill Gates. I think Bill Gates has bigger problems than us, my friend, still using one of his Microsoft servers on the down low. P versus C, P versus player versus enemy. And you know what I heard the other day? I heard as a, what's the word when you're saying something bad about someone? As a derogatory term, I heard someone say NPC, non-player characters, like that person such an NPC. I thought that was funny. It's like, my God, the world, with this pandemic, the world is really like, maybe there's so many more people that play video games these days that it's enough people know what an non-player character is. Is there a Wikipedia page? Let's check it out. Wikipedia, please tell me about NPC, non-player character. A non-player character is any character in a game that is not controlled by the player. There we go. Where's Mort? Because it's originated in tabletop role-playing games. Oh, look at this. There's a bunch of... this is a nice picture. Players during a game session. A group of role-playing gamers enjoying a night session. Dice, snacks, beverages, character sheets, and a comfortable countryside house combine to offer a traditional pen and paper role-playing game experience. It was published with consent of all 4 identifiable subjects. I can see as a posed photo, okay, but it's a nice photo. I like it. Looks cozy. I mean, the room's a little too bright. I would rather if there was like a lamp on the desk instead of the top lamp, you know. And I would like to see. I wouldn't want to be in a basement. It's probably too damp there. Anyway. P versus C, P versus C. Why did I hear P versus C? I don't know. Maybe it's a private military company, PVC, or PVC is like, isn't that material that some people that with fetishes like wear or something? Or is that like something else? I don't know. Vinyl. better. Hey, Shipa! 1-2 boss Shipa in the house. Directly from the Netherlands. Some of the pioneers of all sorts of technology, including some internet technologies. They're probably have as great as a chance as anyone of saving it from the planet from the climate emergency. Then some mead on the... Whoa, nice. There's a little... Oh, okay. Thanks for the lurk, Elias. Class beckons, all right? Tell the little brats if they're brats, or tell your nice students to keep never give up, okay? To keep going, keep writing. Some mead on the table, please. That would be nice. I would like a mead right now. I have to buy some beer. I can't believe I mean I go out and I drink a beer at the bar here, but it'd be nice to have one on stream too. I'm gonna go get some, and the next stream, maybe tonight, I promise there will be some IPAs here on stream, some locally brewed IPAs, India Pale Ales. All right. Put, you gotta be able to read your character sheet. Is that a put, like an a database command to put something in a database table? This is supposed to be a bit of software development. I'm gonna get there eventually. You guys are distracting me. You people are distracting me so much. Hope it goes fast. Elias agreed. Elias needs to get back to Red Dead Redemption soon and back to his writing. Shipa says we will find a cure to this emergency, either that or we die. Indeed. And biggest things we have is fusion power. I think that's coming now. I know it's been coming for like 50 years or something, but I think it's getting much closer. And much greater efficiency for solar panels, wind and all that, and education campaign to get people to, you know, not to prefer electrical things than gas guzzling things. To get people to prefer being cold than being warm in winter is harder, so, you know, that's why fusion power and probably even we're gonna have to focus more on nuclear, I don't know. But here's a good website about climate change, okay? Probable futures. Okay, this is a good website because it's starting out now, but it's the editor, or one of the people who made it, is this guy called Paul Ford, who's an excellent writer. And he was until recently the CEO of this really nice web dev company here in New York. I applied to work for it, but I wasn't good enough. I'm not surprised. Why can I not copy and paste into OBS in Mac? I don't know. Okay, so I'll just have to type it out. Probablefutures.org. Okay, that's a very good website to learn more about climate change, about what this 1.52 degrees, 2.5 degrees, 3, what does that actually mean, okay? And it has like interactive maps and stuff about what's gonna happen. For example, this freezing days, number of average days per year where it freezes somewhere, and you can start taking a look at some data to see some of the changes that are coming to our planet. And it's funny, like you're all making me jump around, but this is kind of what I like about this streams that are just chatting. It's like I can't be playing a game, but I can also jump around to browsers and stuff like that, because like most human beings, I think I have so many things I'm interested in, so many ideas swirling around my head, and I have to write them down. But the good thing is that streaming forces me to start talking about them and just to start them. And one of the things I want to start in the stream is doing something for climate change, to raise awareness and just get more people talking about it, get more people thinking about it, and I think that would be a add to the other streams. You know, I love video games. I'm not going to stop streaming video games. I was going to stream Microsoft Flight Simulator today, but I saw it was an update, and by the time I saw it was an update, it was too late for me to have time to do the update. And I don't even know how big it is, but it looked kind of big, so I just decided to come here instead. Oh dearie me, your hair is being chrome key cropped out of the stream, is it? Is it probably because there's a sunlight shining on it right now? I wish I could stream from here all the time. It's a really nice place. Maybe I'll change the key and send a message to my friend saying, you know, Sorry, Bruce. You gotta find another place to live. It wouldn't work. Like, he locked the door down, I think. But first, there was flight with wings, something deemed impossible not long before it was invented. 70 years later, men walked on the moon. This is within a human lifespan. We'll figure out fusion. I agree. One of the most exciting things about fusion recently is MIT. Is this, okay? Like, that big reactor by CERN there that they built under like France and like Switzerland, that's like miles long. That took like 30 years to build, okay? This thing here, why can I drag and drop this? Let's try drag and dropping. Hey, drag and dropping work, okay. This thing took 3 years to build with like more artisanal handmade stuff, which is nuts. They found this material at MIT that is super light and have very strong, it can generate a very strong magnetic field because I think it remains at room temperature while you run really strong currents through it. And they managed to create a magnetic field for this reactor. I think that's what a fusion reactor does. You create this magnetic field that's really strong that keeps like this little, very powerful candle lit at room temperature. And it generates an amazing amount of power. So if you figure that out, boom, I think that we're going to have basic income. I think that for all human beings, because energy will become pretty much free. And we'll be able to stop burning coal, stop digging for oil, keep that oil under the ground, stop keeping all this carbon on the ground, and save the planet. So I'm very excited about those developments for that in particular, for this, what is it called? There's a name for it. I think it's Spark. It was it in Hacker News? Here you go, Spark. Where didn't it find Spark? Do I have to match case? No, whole words. Oh, it did find it. Okay. Okay, Spark. What does it stand for again? Anyway, this is where, if you want to learn about technology, Spark, MIT, Fusion, HN. Okay, you type HN at the end of a result, and then it'll probably take you to Hacker News result. That's a good website where a bunch of, here it is, here's the Hacker News discussion, where a bunch of, often the people who are involved in the projects come and comment in, okay? Hackers, the media generally puts a bad, a connotation in the word hacker, because the media likes to make you scared, so you click more links on the website and make them more money. So they usually will try to put like a negative thing in a story, and so hackers are supposed to be these guys that they come and hack into computer systems. And you have the term black hat hackers, which do that, you know. And then, but Hacker News generally is for all kind of hackers, but generally more white hats. And I don't like the term black on white, more like the kind hackers instead of the evil ones. I don't have the evil sound effect, sorry, because I'm on the Mac. It's not a part to accelerator. I mean, it goes over my head a bit, but it's basically, it's harnessing the energy that makes the sun, that thing that, you know, shining bright here. This light right here on my face is coming from the sun, the star that's shining above us. I'm looking at it right now. There it is. Can I get the sun on stream? I don't think my cable's long enough to get here. And I want to preserve the privacy of, well, maybe this would be doable. This is a pretty good moment. Let's try to put the sun on screen. Stand by. Stand by. It's not very often that you see on a stream the sun. This is probably going to end in tears. Hold up. Can you see? Oh, there it is. The sun. Yes. Can you see it? Oh, I can barely see it. Let me try to move my computer. I'll show you this brick wall in the meantime. Don't worry, I'm not going to run into it. There it is. It's the sun. It is the sun. Okay. Okay, and here's me. I'll keep. Let me put this back. So yeah, so Fusion basically is making a sun in a room. It's making the reaction that happens inside the sun at basically room temperature inside a very strong magnetic field, and you harness that power. Like one little of these reactors could power a city, apparently, or something like that. Man is motivated to make booms go bigger. Fusion booms are bigger. Flight with boom on bottom. Stick with large hydrogen boom on bottom. Nuke boom. Fusion boom is our next evolution. I like the word boom! Followed by planet killer antimatter boom. You have to be careful with that one, alright? Right, sorry, but I have to learn. Copy that Futura. Thanks so much for the raid, dude. Another shout out for Futura Light. I would put more sound effects here if I could right now, but I'm on the Mac. I don't have my sound effects set up. I am hoping to do that soon. And Domit says, get your sunglasses, everyone. Oh, I thought it was a cat. I'm so used to having cats around me now that if I see like a shoe or like a black or a white or a gray thing around, I automatically think cat. And that's an interesting thing because it's an example of how the brain, before you identify what something is, there's a slight delay between the information coming through, getting detected by your eyes, and getting transmitted to your brain saying that is a cat or something. And there's a slight delay, and it's that's what started reading this book by Krishnamurti called The First and Last Freedom, and now thinking things are cats when they're not cats made me think about that. And I'm not even stoned, by the way. 07 Futura Light. You know what 07, like this, it's like this little zero, and the salute reminds me of, like a 7, and my face is a 0. It reminds me of sarcastic respect for authority figures. Sarcastic respect for authority figures from Emotioneric, a classic website from the 1990s. There you go. All right, that's Emotioneric. It's a classic website. It has frames, so if you want to see like the website in all its glory, you're gonna have to navigate to that internet hyperlink. Which brings me finally to the purpose. After how, I mean, I don't have a watch, but I'll pretend I do. Where is my stream info? How long have it? Okay, oh, there we go. I can just look at the clock on the top right, because I start at 2, right? That's 28 minutes past the hour. We're gonna come to, it's like the Flying Fabio or London Controller, you know, before they take off in the plane, they spend, like pilots, they spend like 2 hours talking about, you know, checklists and looking at dials and talking about random stuff. I guess this is the same thing. Pretty Canary, gotta sleep text. It's almost 3 in the morning where I'm at. I hope you have a good stream. Thanks so much, Pretty Canary. I hope you have a pretty a wonderful Thursday. And have a great, lovely evening, and thanks so much for dropping by, all right? Shout out here to this wonderfully named person called Pretty Canary, who I met, like so many other wonderful people, through Futura Lightstream. You too, Pretty Canary. Peace out and good evening. Have a good sleep. Oh, I thought it was a cat again. What the heck? All right. So, after all that, we are gonna, I just changed the name of the stream to, what was it? Take the Power Back or something. Oh, we're gonna do this too, all right. Let's go take a look. Stream Manager, edit stream info. Okay, so this stream, I said take the power back, okay? Making personal websites. All right, we're gonna take the power back, making personal websites, web publishing, hosting, HTML, CSS, etc. I kept a little beach thing because that was from the previous thing that I like. And what do I mean by take the power back? It's not just this, okay? Let's see if we can get it there. It's not just this. It's not just Rage Against the Machine, you gotta take the power back. It's not just a Rage Against the Machine, which is a band that I love. You know, it's about taking the power back. I'll show you an example. Okay, let's start a private window here. Let's go to Instagram. Okay, and let's go to, I don't know, my website. All right, Instagram. They let you have one link, okay? Example like this from the stream there. They actually let you have this link over here. That's the only link they let you have is this. They don't let you have any other links because they want to have the power and they don't want to, you know, they don't. It's a way for them to not deal with spammers too, but they want to control what you link to through their system. And most websites are like that. Google will give you like a place for you to put a link, but generally they limit you to a link. Not all websites, but most of them. And so most people these days, and let me get the chat here. Working on a tech support line, answering a 500 call of someone who claims he can't send any of that emotional. I'll look at that in 1 second, Shifa. Let me just finish this thought. So my thing about taking the power back, okay, is I think that if more people would realize that they can make their own website for free, they don't have to even have money. They have to have a phone or a computer, which most people have these days. At least I mean, it's getting harder and harder to live in the modern world than a mobile phone. Let's put the music back on. And if you have something that connects a device, a pocket computer, something that connects to the internet, you can make your own website and you can put as many links as you want to as many things as you want. You're not limited to that one link, okay? I mean, sometimes it's good to limit things to make you focus, but I think it's good to learn how to make to make something yourself, number one, and not just depend on someone else, you know, like teach a person to fish, you know, and they fish forever, all that stuff. I think it's good to learn how to do something yourself. And it's kind of you learn about how this stuff works, and then you can have as many links as you want. You can use it for anything. You can make a family website. You can put recipes there. You can put links you click on often, so you don't have to use the interface in the browser they might not like. You can link to your friend's site. You can just make a note that for you to remember stuff. It's just a fun thing to be able to, and powerful thing to be able to publish something on the internet and make as many links as you want to everywhere else. So this is the power I want people to take back from these big companies that, you know, are eating us all with their usability. They make things easy to use, you know, but there's a double-edged gladius, this double-edged katana blade to that. You can cut yourself with it, because if you give all the power, if you let them make all the decisions for you, then one day they say, hey, guess what? You have to do it like this. We don't like this, and we're going to delete it. You're not going to let you publish that, and we're going to shut you out of your thing. Whilst you can make it yourself, and you don't like the hosting company that you're using, you want to move to something else, you just drag a little folder somewhere to your desktop or to your computer, and then drag it and drop it somewhere else so you can take it with you. It's like a personal notebook, okay? And let me get back to the chat. Hey, Galaxia, hello, computer. All right. All right, let me go like this. Where were we the other day? The other day we were talking about this. We were talking about, let me minimize this, let me minimize that. Okay, the other day we were talking about this random page of good stuff. Okay. And this was just like, I started basically teaching a bit of HTML to people on stream, and we could get a preview of what that stuff looks like in a web browser. In this case, I'm using TextMate here. If you want to go download some good text editors, you can go to here. There's some list of of good text editors over here. Where is it? Notebook. Oh, web design, where to begin. Oh, am I in a private window? Why is this not working? There it is. Okay, there's a list of good text editors here for all types of I'll have to drag and drop. For any type of computer system where you have a Linux, PC, Windows, Mac, there's a list there. Okay, I'm using TextMate. It used to be a paid program, but now it's open source. Very powerful, but easy to use. And there's all sorts of other ones. That's just it's not an exhaustive list. Okay, you can use there's, for example, Atom these days. That is a good one too for beginners. And basically, with this text editor, by writing some text with a text editor, you make an HTML website. Here's a link to WowCraze's site that we visited the other day. And people on the stream, to Timmy Thumb's website, which I think is currently redirecting to his Twitch page. Okay. And we had a quote from the stream. We had one to jump back to the top. We have links here, and then you could jump back to the top. And we made that the other day. And one thing, I think I kind of ended that stream, or towards the end of the stream, I mentioned that one of the difficult things in in software development, and this is not my quote, this is someone a bit smarter than myself, quite a bit. If, for example, let me search. This is something you can do in a text editor, for example. Let's say I wanted to change all H1s to H2s. Okay, I just select all this. I go find, I go in selection, and I go H1, I want open bracket H1, I want to change everything to H2, replace all, boom. So those became heading 2s. Oh, no, it should have been the other tag. Let me undo that. Find, I think that's the way, that'll be a bit better. Replace all in selection, okay. And now like, oh, then what am I missing here? Anyway, I thought I probably like I'm trying to talk and look at chat and code at the same time. This is going to be an issue, okay? But this brings another point. Okay. Title. Let's put this title here. So naming things is hard. Okay. Random page of good stuff. Okay. One thing I do when I'm coding or writing is I put like this thing. It can be anything you want. I just use equals to do because I copied from someone else. And then I put that around, choose a good name. Okay, I put that around code, and then when I want to see what I have to do, I just go find, and I put equals to do, and then it shows me everywhere that I wrote equals to do, and then I know, oh, I forgot about this, I have to do this. Okay, that's a little trick. Greetings, greetings Wolfpack, how are you? Thanks for dropping by. Something a little bit different today. Instead of playing a video game, I'm talking about taking the power back, giving people the free power that's out there for you to make your own websites. You learn a little bit of HTML, you write stuff, and today we're going to look at choosing a web hosting company. Whether you have money or not, you'll be able to publish something for free, and we're going to go through a few of them. I've used a few of them and I haven't used the other ones. We might pick one that I haven't used and just go through the process and try to see how good or bad it is. Or how average. Most things are average, okay. All right, and what was I saying? Okay, so choose a good name. Okay, naming things is very hard, okay? And that's why you end up with like we were talking about, their computer is not really a good description of what a computer does, because it doesn't really primarily compute things. It primarily organizes things, shuffles things around. It's a data handler, it's a filing cabinet. It's not really a computer. And so naming things is difficult. So what should be the name of this website? And I'm thinking we're actually going to do this live on stream. We're actually going to choose a name together. We're going to register a domain name. and we are going to publish this HTML file that we have right here. This is just on my desktop. This is just this thing here, index.html. All right. Hopefully you're seeing my desktop now, because I have the stream here on the front. Here, let me put the stream into the other window here, and let's. God, we were thinking about Helvetica. We're thinking about so many different things today. It's just crazy. Let's hide everything except the Finder. What Winamp? No, we're not gonna. We tried Winamp, it crashed, so we're not gonna try that. Okay, so right now we can look at my expenses sheet later if you want. I don't mind sharing you the expenses to live in New York. It's not. It's expensive. I'll tell you that, but it's not. It's not really a secret. All right, so let's put this here, okay? So this, what we're seeing on the top right here, and hopefully you can see, I think I'm streaming at 720p because I'm experimenting streaming at 720p to potentially let more people watch it from countries that don't have fast, or places that don't have fast internet connections. But when I'm streaming text, I kind of worry that you're not gonna be able to read it so well. So if you can't read it so well, please do let me know. This is a total experiment on my part. Okay, I can make the text bigger for you to see it, but maybe I should go to 1080p when I'm streaming this sort of stuff. So if it doesn't look good, can you get domain names for free? No, that's the one thing you can't get for free is a custom domain name. Okay. You cannot get custom domain names for free. You have to pay them. It can be a nominal amount. You can find them for really cheap, for like, I don't know, cheap for, us and people who are lucky enough to live in countries that $1 a day is not a lot of money, all right? But you can get them for like $3-4, I think $5. I choose a registrar that's more expensive. It's located in France because I like to have, like, for example, my host located here, my registrar located there, just to keep it in different jurisdictions. So in case like an overzealous lawyer doesn't show up and send a cease and desist or a fake DMCA takedown notice and takes over your site. Okay, it can happen, but it's rare, but it can happen. So I like to keep things in different places, but no, domain name is the one thing that you can't get for free, a custom one like .com. You can get domain names such as wolfpack.github.io or something for free. You can do something like that. There's many of those, and there's all these services that we're going to look at, a couple of them today, that you can get a domain for free, but it's not one that you choose a part of it. You choose the subdomain, but they will have the main domain. You'll have to go with that, okay? But we're gonna learn all that eventually. I don't know if it'll get to it in today's stream. So the start of this is like the other day in that random stream that became an HTML tutorial. We basically made a text file in your computer, okay? We just basically went we downloaded some text editors. There's a list of them here that I had linked in case you're just arriving now. This one is TextMate, and you make a new text file and you put a few things in this text file. Okay. The first thing you put in the text file is this thing called a doc type, which is, it makes sense. It's a document type. And this document type is HTML, which is hypertext markup language. The word hypertext is the most important part of that word. Hypertext, okay. And the hypertext is basically, you can think of it as as links. It's like a little link that, like this one here, that takes you somewhere else on the internet, okay. So it's an incredibly powerful thing, and HTML, hypertext markup language, is the language, the set of symbols that we use to make a web page. Any web page you go to, like Facebook, Google, a news website, Twitch, any page you go to. Like, for example, if you look at the Twitch site, okay, let's start a private browsing Windows and go to Twitch, see what it looks like. Here's the Twitch homepage, okay? And if you're using Firefox or most browsers, you go to Tools, Browser Tools, Web Developer Tools, or Command Option I in the Mac. Here's the code that makes this website, okay? And for example, games right there, if I click on this little thing, you can go and highlight that. And you can see that that's a paragraph. Let me see if I can make this bigger down here. You can see that that little thing here, the div is like a box, okay? It's a division. I think I forgot what it exactly stands for, but it's like a little division. And there's a paragraph, and I have like all this, you know, class forests. It's web development's going crazy. We want to simplify things, okay? But everything that you're seeing there is just these tags, and they usually start with a lesser than sign and end with a greater than sign, okay? And so a paragraph tag right here, for example, that's a P, that means it's a paragraph. This is a paragraph. You know, basic stuff, but it's good to go over fundamentals again. And then you end the paragraph, so you know that's the end of it. Some tags you don't need to put an ending thing, an ending forward slash to end the tag. Like an image, you don't have to do one anymore, for example. And the doc type is the first tag here that says this is an HTML document that tells the computer, hey, or the web browser or the program that's gonna read this saying, it's like you're giving someone a menu, and in the top it says this menu is in English, you know, this, so you know, okay, I need to speak English to read this. That's kind of thanks for the lurk, Sheepa. All right. So that's the first tag, and then you have HTML language English there. We're telling the language, and then the head is the stuff that appears on the top of the browser, like for example the word Twitch here on the top left right here. That is being, they probably have Twitch written over here, okay, title, and that gives you the title over there. And then you close the head, then you open up the body, which is the body of the page, and this is where the stuff that you actually see is. And here we have paragraphs with headings, you have lists, all this stuff, okay. So, quotes, all that stuff, okay. So we've made this, you know, we've saved it. It's just this file here, .html. It's basically just standard practice to call it index, like the index in a book, like the last page of the list of everything that's on the site. The naming things that we're talking about, this folder, I have it untitled here. What is going to be the name of this project? What will be the name of this project? I don't know. I started by calling it random page of good stuff. I thought about, let's take the power back, and this is hard. I don't know if anybody has any suggestion about how to name this series of streams or this website. Preferably something short and memorable. That'll be excellent. But for now, we're gonna call it random page of good stuff because I can't think of anything else. I'm gonna move that index.html into there. And now we're going to try to another thing you have to think about is spaces, okay? All this stuff, computers, like a computer space is like a code. It's not just like an empty space, you know, you have to tell it that this is a space, and I think it's %20 or something. So I don't know if those pages are, if random page of good stuff is gonna work. We're gonna try it, we're gonna keep it like this and see if it works, but maybe we're gonna have to call it RPGS, okay, maybe that's gonna be the thing, but let's leave it like this for now. And today you made this in your own computer. Maybe you did it on a phone with a text editor and a phone, you know, if you really want to go crazy, or an iPad a little better, a tablet a little better, laptop, but you made this page, and this little preview here is just a built-in web browser in TextMate, but you could like drag this index.html file to Firefox, for example, and drop it. And look at that, Firefox will open it and will display it, okay? Here's our little page of good stuff. You can make the text really big. You can click to go to places, click to jump back to the top. All the stuff we worked on the other day, all this stuff is happening just because we told the computer that this is an HTML page. We put a few tags here. We don't even need the robots is for if you want the search engines to index them, but I think most of them actually ignore that these days. I don't know. And the body, and you wrote all that, you drag it to the browser, and it's working, okay? So we want to publish this, not just on our computer now, we want to publish to the whole internet. How do we do that? All right, I want something as simple as possible. I want it to be drag and drop, and I want to do it for free now. So instead of having to do a Facebook page or having to do a Google Sites page or having, you have your own page and you make the decision about what links to put there. So what did I do? I went to Google and I did a search for best static website host 2021. Okay, let's start with the word static, because I haven't looked into this for a while. Okay, let's look at the words. The static means, let's say that you have a website like Facebook, okay, or I don't know, Twitch, okay. It's interactive. There's a lot of people that have to put in passwords to make their user accounts. They show videos. They have chat. It's a bunch of stuff happening. And all that is not a static website, okay? That is a dynamic website, because it's dynamic. There's a lot of things moving. There's a lot of things. You do one thing, it makes another thing happen. You send a message to someone, it sends it to them. It appears in their account. You change your your account name, your little photo, it changes. So that's a dynamic website. Dynamic websites usually have a database, which is basically, you know, a huge filing cabinets interconnected with a bunch of other filing cabinets, interconnected with little people inside that move really fast, and they move one thing from one filing cabinet to the another when you press a button. Okay, that's a dynamic site. The one we're making right now, this is just a page. Okay, yes, it has links, which you could argue are dynamic. You click on them and it take you somewhere else, but no one's going to be able to log into this. No one's going to be able to edit it. It's just for yourself. It's basically a document that you're going to move somewhere, and it's not. There's not programming code in it that's going to cause like you know, a missile to be sent and blow up a character in a video game. Okay, so this is called it's also not a great name. Okay, but it's a static website. So I went to Google and I went best static website host 2021, so you get the latest one. And I put this thing here. This is HN for Hacker News, which is where the hackers hang out. And one of the top results, here you go, Ask Hacker News. There's this thing, if you really want to know something about computers, you go to this website, Hacker News, and make an account, and you type Ask HN, you put a colon, and you ask your question, and if enough people vote it up, you'll get a pretty good answer generally. Okay, so I went in there, and this is a skill as well. You know, most people think that programming and web development and stuff is just like remembering HTML tags and programming things. I don't remember all this stuff. I always have to look it up. So a lot of my job, if I'm working on this these days, is to research, to be able to find stuff. And with a little experience, if you hang out for a while on the internet, you learn how to, you know, go to people who really know what they're talking about a particular subject, and they will generally give you a good answer. That's my shoe. It's not a cat, but I think I saw a cat move by. So basically I did that, and I went through a bunch of the stuff here in Hacker News. Okay. And I came up with a few different places. I think one of the first ones was Netlify, and I think even in the Google thing there was an ad for it. Okay. What did I do? I went to Netlify. I've never used Netlify, so this is going to be totally new. Okay, there's a clearly very geeky looking guy. He has the glasses. He has, you know, he keeps his hair quite done, but, you know, hasn't shaved for a couple days. A little bit like me. All right. I'm not laughing at him. I'm just laughing at myself. Okay, when I see these, because if you hang around geeks for a while, you know, there is the, you know, there's the look. So So there you go. You know, I like geeks. I'm a geek myself, so there you go. Build, deploy, scale modern web projects. We're not going to do something modern. We're going to do something simple, but this was on the top of one of the top recommended ones in Hacker News was Netlify. I've never used it before. So I had clicked on Get Started for free. All right. And oh, no, I don't want to go there because I had already done that. But let's say let me open a private browser window that I'm not logged in to show you exactly what happens. Netlify.com, okay? Let's Get Started for free. It brings you the sign up form. I always like when they give you the option for email, because maybe you don't have an account and all this other stuff and you just have an email address. That's something important. I mean, I'm probably preaching to the choir here, to the people here on the stream, but in case you're coming in and you're you know, new to the web somehow, or new to, I've met people that don't remember their email address. All they know is that they have a Facebook page. And that's what I'm trying to combat here, okay? I want people to realize that they have the power to control their identity on the internet, to not just depend on these big websites, okay? So good thing for you to have an email address. It doesn't matter if it's a Gmail one, an iCloud one, Outlook one, whatever it is. It's good for you to have an email address. I have a GitHub account. I mean, we could describe the universe here before we show you how to publish this website. But basically, very shortly, GitHub is Git is a software made by a very smart person, a bit of a genius, the same guy who made Linux operating system. Linus Torvalds, and it's basically a version control thing. If you think of a tree, okay, there's a tree outside, it's very beautiful, it's lots of branches, it's spring, I mean fall in the case of here, but there's still lots of leaves. And let's say that our little website here, that this little file here is our little index.html is one little branch of this tree, okay? And let's say that we change it many times and we want to remember all the changes we did. So it shoots out, this tree grows a bunch of other little branches, and each of the changes we make makes a little branch on that tree, but at any time you can go back to an older branch of the tree, okay? That's one way to think of version control software. Is a way for you to edit things and be able to go back, rewind, and see the changes you made at any point and revert back to other changes if you want. So it's very powerful. That's Git, the software this guy made. And then this other guy came in and said, hey, this is great software. I'm gonna make it easy to use and put it on and let people use it from the web. So he basically made this website called GitHub. Later he sold it to Microsoft for, I don't know, billions or something. He used to work, I think they offered to work for a job for him, but he said, no, I'm going to make this, and then later became a billionaire probably, I don't know. And Microsoft bought it, but they also let you, it's what a lot of programmers use to share code and to work together on code, because it shows you all the code in one place. You have all these little tree branches going all over the place. You can work on your own tree branch so you don't break someone else's tree branch, and they can fall from the tree while you're working together on something, and then they can take the changes from your tree and put it on their tree branch and all that stuff, okay? So that's GitHub. Right now, I can't sign up with GitHub. I have a GitHub account. It's github.com/hypertexture, I believe. So I did that already, but you could do it with email, okay? So just let's pretend that I did this, okay? That I either did an email or that I clicked on GitHub, okay? And this is where it took me, okay? A little bit before this, it showed me a few other things, but this is where I stopped when I was researching this before the stream. This is the first time I do this, so it might fail spectacularly. I don't know what's going to happen here. But deploy your first project, import an existing project from a Git repository, or pick a starter template. Not ready yet, skip the step for now. I want to deploy manually. I like that. And I especially like drag and drop your site output folder here. That's very nice. I love dragging and dropping. You know, when people have to type stuff on the computer, sometimes they get annoyed because they don't want to type stuff, especially if they're using like a smaller computer, just typing stuff all day. So drag and drop is nice. I mean, I like typing stuff, but I like drag and drop even more, okay? So let's make this, let's put this up here. Okay. Actually, let's put it down here. Okay. And here in the desktop is a random page of good stuff, which contains, let me move it over here. Here's my random page of good stuff, which is this website over here, okay? And that creates this HTML page, okay? So let's try to drag the random page of good stuff onto here. Let's see. I wonder if the spaces are going to cause a problem. Here you go. Affectionate Albatani 35D724. Is that it? Is it published? Manual deploys last published at 3 p.m. It is right on the hour, right on the dot at 3 p.m. Look at that. Your site is deployed. There's a check mark. Try a build and deploy direct from a Git repos to set up a custom domain secure side of Hypertext Transfer Protocol secure layer. Okay. Let's click on this. Boom! I would click on the applause thing. We would applaud if you can. But look at that. How easy was that? We wrote this HTML page right here on our computer. We tested it either in the built-in browser of TextMate, the text that I'm using, or in Firefox. Just this folder in our desktop with an index.html file, this text. We went to Netlify, okay? Netlify.com. We dragged and dropped this onto that, and boom, look at that. Our website is on the internet. You can go and visit it right now. Here is our random page of good stuff. For some reason, OBS Mac doesn't let me copy and paste into the chat, but there it is. I can drag and drop. Fun enough that worked. There you go. And they give us a random name, very affectionately, very upliftingly called Affectionate Albatani. What is an Albatani? Look that up. It's an astronomer, Albatani. It looks like a bit of a Syrian Arab astronomer. Okay, so you can go in an internet hole here. Modern artist impression of Al-Batani. Okay, all right. Affectionate Al-Batani. That was the random name that was generated. 35 Delta 724 Netlify.app. That's a random page of good stuff. And look at that. From there, we can go to Timmy Thumb's page because we put the link there. There's the power of links. Okay, we can go Wild Craze website. A couple of friends of the stream here, and we could put any links we want. We can put a link to Hypertext Hero. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's see if we can update it. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna click on deploys. Need to upgrade your site. Drag and drop your site output folder here. Look at that. Drag and drop web publishing, people. So let's go in here. Random page of good stuff to do. Choose their name. This naming things is hard. And let me show you another trick here in a span style. We're going to learn about style sheets later, so I'm just going to put inline style. Font style normal. Can I do that? And we'll close that span tag. It's been a while since font weight, not style. It's been a while since I've written HTML. There you go. That made that not bold. Okay. RAM stuff. And I'm gonna put here a project by Ahref, the most powerful HTML tag, https hypertexthero.com by Hypertext Hero. Okay. Hypertext Hero and the lovely people in his Twitch chat. And I'll put here https twitch.tv/hypertexthero. Okay, a project by Hypertext Hero. Click on the link to make sure that it works. Yes. Let's. Oh, did I break something on my site? I think I did. That shouldn't look like that. I must have broken something on my site at some point. I'm gonna go and fix that again. Oh, what's going on? All right, and his Twitch chat. Is this gonna take me to the Twitch? Yep, there's Twitch in here, and we're live right now. Okay, so I updated that. Let's drag and deploy. Let's drag and drop. Make sure you drop a folder with, oh, the folder. They want me to drag and drop the folder. Okay, let's just drop the folder. Boom. Okay, let's go check affectionate thing. Boom. Drag and drop. A project by Hypertext here. There'll be people in his Twitch chat. There's the site, my site. I broke something on my site earlier. That wasn't supposed to look like that. We're gonna fix that later. Hello, Kentucky Girl 75. How are you? Peace out. Oh, hey, how's it going, Icebird for all? Thanks for dropping by, and I will be back for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I promise. I'm not abandoning Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it will have all planes when I play it again. Hello, Kentucky Girl. This stream is about publishing your own website. We just did it. If you look at the stream from the beginning later, you will find out how to publish your own website that we just did right here. Using Netlify for free. Okay, here's the website. You must do what a man must do. Copy that. Yeah, right now I'm, you know, even though it's a part-time day job, it takes my time, and unplugging things from the Mac to the PC to stream can take more time, and I'm just in a schedule here that I'm preferring to. And I think I want to ideally combine this stuff. I want to combine computer skills that let you publish on the internet and take the power back from the big web companies and learn things with video games. For example, we could make I want to combine this web development stuff with Microsoft Flight Simulator to make something, and this will, I think, people like Icebird for all, and people like Wild Craze and Timmy Thumb and Sheep and all these people that have tech knowledge, we could do something together even that's gonna let us combine playing a video game with learning things. And I think video games are one of the most powerful things, one of the most powerful medium for you to learn things. Oh, there's a little bug in my water. Okay. I'm using Visual Studio Code for HTML, CSS, Java, and Notepad++ for other stuff. Awesome. I linked to Notepad++ from this list here that I had put earlier. There it is. I'm using TextMate on the Mac. It's a free editor, but there's Notepad++ for Windows, and there's these more powerful, they're called IDEs, I think, integrated development environment. I think that's what those stands for. And basically they are piece of software that lets you run code. It debugs your code for you, it runs it, and it shows you where the errors are, all in one thing. My development philosophy is a little bit more Unix style, that I like using tools like a hammer for hammering nails, and a screwdriver for screwing screws, and you know, a level for making sure things are level. I like to use individual tools for individual things a little bit more, and that means that I use a text editor that doesn't do everything, and then a terminal screen to see errors, and a web browser to see things, because my experience of development is making websites. I don't have experience in making games, but these days, you know, websites, I mean, look at Twitch, look at all these video games that you can run in the browser. They're a huge part of web development, right? But they're definitely not the only part. And there's a lot of very crazy software that people use, often very old software, very old programming languages for running like bank calculation, the bank, and transportation, and aviation, and all that stuff. Okay, but I'm so happy that this was so easy to use, because I was looking. I hadn't tried this before. This is the first time I do it here on stream Netlify. It is drag and drop web publishing. Okay, it's not an easy to remember URL, okay, but it is drag and drop. And if we pay a little bit of money a month, or a little bit of money a year, let's say $10 a year, okay, $14 a year maybe, we can get our own custom domain name as long as it's available, and point it to this page so that we have our own page. So for example, if you wanted to make a page for Icebird for All, you could call it icebirdforall.com. I don't know if that's available, but we are going to have to name something. We're going to have to probably leave that for the next stream, because as I'm saying here, naming things is very hard. Okay, a good name for something is hard. It's good to spend time on it. Icebird says, I'm also using then at work and it's free as you're speaking of tools. Broke up a ticket venting machine. You broke a ticket venting machine today because the mechanism was broke using WD-40. That is awesome. Let me check it out. Dude, I love these stories. What is this? So you broke it? What is this thing? It's a lock and key? You broke, did you break into, watch out what you're saying here on streams, Icebird, or am I misinterpreting? Did you break into a vending machine? Did it like steal your money and then you broke it to get the thing that you had paid for? Gemini DB7 Rosette, wow. Oh, it's your company, it says your company? Awesome, do you mind if I take, it's a machine security company? Let's take a look, awesome. There's some cars. It's locks, okay, cool. Whoa, Gemini versus Bullets classic in slow motion. Oh my god, should we see that? This looks crazy. Let me pause the music, okay? I'm doing some free advertising for your company, Icebird. I'm gonna send you the bill later, okay? Let's see. Got it from a guy in the company. Do like this. It's from our company. We couldn't open it because it was dirty, maybe. Interesting. Let's see. What the heck? This is totally inspired by the Matrix, huh? One guy's got the gun, the other one's got the lock. Thanks so much, Kentucky Girl 75. If you want to learn how to make your own website, just see the VOD later. I'm going to put it on YouTube as well, so that you can have your own website instead of having to use Facebook or Linktree or whatever those things are, to put your links to wherever you like, which can be useful for streamers. You know, streamers think it's all about focusing on the stream, but it's good to focus on what's around the stream as well, such as your own personal website. All right, here we go. We're about to shoot at this lock. Let's see what happens. Oh, this is not your company. Okay. Yeah, I thought you worked like transportation or something. I'm just doing some free advertising for this Gemini lock thing. All right. Boom. There you go. Whoa. Watch out for the ricochet, dude. Whoa. Oh, man. Yeah, look at all this ricochet. That would hurt. You know, I have to watch out. Okay, it's a lock that's bulletproof, all right. Whoa, dude. So you opened out of some WD-40. That guy used like a submachine gun and he couldn't get it open. Icebird shows up with WD-40 and opens it. What the hell? Let's activate the music again. And let's move this down here. Copy that. I can tell you, I fixed lunch there. It was a pretty good one. And have a good dinner, all right? This is your company. Okay, yeah, I'll do some free advertising for your company. Oh, we have the original queue, of course, yes. All right, so this is your oh, okay, this is, yeah, I remember you said you were, that's fine, I'll take the cookies. I'll have a cookie. It makes me hungry. I want a cookie, actually. A real cookie, not a web cookie. It's like transportation. There has been public transport in Graz. Okay, that's, yeah, in Graz where you live for more than 140 years. And all that time, it has been the safeguard for self-determined modern mobility. Awesome. They need this in the United States. They need better public transport here. You guys should pitch to the American market. You know, you're going to have to go up against the car industry here. But we need better public transport in this country, for sure. We're currently 85 trams, more than 160 buses. We take our city's residents and visitors in safety and comfort to their destination. Awesome. How much does a ticket cost over there? It's probably kind of expensive, but hey, depending. Oh, that's all right. €2.50. Full price. You got minus 38%. Maybe that's the student. Okay. The 24 hours, 560. That's all right. Awesome. Very cool. Let me take a look at the English site. Travel cars, cool. Icebird's company, awesome. Maybe I'll come and work for you guys. A driver. No, I like driving in GTA. Apprentice application, vacancies, data privacy policy for applications. Oh no, that's for the applications, okay. Tram or bus driver, they have shortages of transport lorry drivers here in the States right now, and they're hiring like high school people apparently. Get ready for potentially, I don't know, there'll be some good drivers out there. I'm working at the shop for tickets, 108 ticket vending machines under me, and the online ticket shops to manage everything. Dude, that sounds, does it stress you out? Or is it generally all right? Looks good, nice and simple. Very nice. Very cool. All right, but I'll get back to what I was talking about. I think we don't have that much to go here. Does anyone have any questions about what we did? I'm not gonna, let's look at the site, okay? So we used Netlify to publish our random page of good stuff from our desktop. From here, we dragged that folder to this website, and it published our website, our random page of good stuff right here. Okay, do you want me to put a link to your site too, Icebird? What's the link to your website? I can add it here too and show people that we can just publish by drag and drop here. It's pretty amazing. You just click on deploys. And need to update your site, drag and drop your site output folder here. Amazing. Okay, here's Icebird's site. Let's check it out. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Agreed. All right. Here, I'm gonna come here. Some good websites. Wild Crazes, Timmy Thumbs. Let's do this alphabetically, okay? So we don't have you guys like get into a fight or anything. I'm gonna make. Here's the most powerful piece of code, in my opinion, in the world, okay? I mean, you could say like equation E equals mc squared, no, energy equals mass times the speed of light squared is probably the most powerful piece of code you could potentially write, but I'm saying like the most powerful piece of code for communication in the world is this. Less than sign, okay, an A, okay, and then we'll close it and then we'll end it. So that's a link. Now we put the hypertext reference, equal signs, 2 double colons. It can be single too. I like to use double. Just pick one and you stick with it, okay? And Icebird's site that he put there. Hey, Mort, how's it going? This is Icebird's site. Hypertext transfer protocol, secure. We'll learn about that later. 2 dots, 2 bars. You know, after you do a web development bit, this will become second nature. www.tricolor.at. So that's. If I save that, nothing will appear here because that's an empty link, okay? That's a list, okay? That's an unordered list. Now let's put Icebird for all. Save. There it is. And I'll write outside the link a link to Icebird for all's website. Okay, I'll stop the link over there. I'll put an exclamation mark and to keep it consistent with the other ones, let's put it right here. We're probably going to change this later, but let's leave it like here. And let's make it strong. I'm just going to go Apple B here to put automatically strong. So it's bold. You could go B as well. You could do it like that. Okay. And now let's just get this and drag and drop the random page of good stuff here. Man, last published at 3:04 p.m. Oh no. Did it work? It did work. There you go. Last published at 3:18. It's now 3:19, but 3:18 p.m. here in New York City. Boom, there we are. Drag and drop web publishing HTML. There you go. All right. Okay, you use CMS Simple, template made by myself, simple CMS with data and text file. I said hello to Mort. Mort, don't worry, I'm going to get back to flight simulators. They will be able to Sturmovik, Microsoft Flight Simulators, DCS as well. That is all coming. I just, in my current situation here, I'm just finding more time myself wanting to combine some educational computer stuff like making your own website with the video games. But I am not going to stop doing the video games, so I hope that you keep dropping by. I promise I will be flying with you in the Mossy and DCS, or another jet planes or propeller birds in Isle 2 and other games soon, all right? Many private pictures. Okay, well, hopefully the private pictures are, hidden. Private homepage, but is that okay if I publish it here? If you don't want me to publish it, I mean, now it's there, if you publish it here, but if you want me to remove it, I will. Not to forget the most important, make it an external link by target blank. I don't like doing target blank because I like to respect, it depends on the context, but in most cases, I like that when you click on something, it doesn't open a new window. I like it to go there. So it can go to your website, and then I can use the back button to come back. I like to respect that, because if you open a new thing, people have to close it again, and then the other stuff that they went from is still there, and I feel that it kind of throws them off a little bit. So I almost never use a blank, target blank. I almost always, I mean, maybe you're making a joke, I don't know, but I know there are people that like it a lot. For some situations I like it, but for general situations I never use it. All right. I didn't realize it was still the 1990s though. Yep. Well, I like fundamentals, and I think that a lot of people have forgotten about that. All this web stuff, it's not only there for Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and and those guys to give to you, to let you use. Websites, the internet is an agreement. The internet is not a thing, the internet is an agreement. Anyone can make a website. We just did it here in an hour. We wrote some HTML. We signed up for Netlify, we dragged and dropped, and boom, and we have a website published on the net. Later in the next stream, we're going to look at domain names, but naming things is very difficult. We're going to have to think of a good name for this website. If you have any suggestions, let me know, all right? But hey, and Mort, I love the 1990s, man. I was a teenager in the 1990s. There was Nirvana, Pearl Jam, plaid shirts that I still wear. Good music. World was a simpler place, I feel, Good video games. I'm definitely in 1990s. My soul is still in the 1990s, definitely. I like it so because it's a linked list, and it's annoying for me every time to go back and find it again. So in linked lists, you like it to go somewhere else. Okay. Yeah, I guess I will agree to disagree on that. I like to go forward, and as long as it doesn't break the back button, I like to go forward and back. But I can see what you're saying. If it's a very long list of links and you want to visit them all, it might be annoying you just want to open it and close it instead of having to keep clicking back. And lots of websites these days, they break the back button, which is a huge usability no-no. And that can be very frustrating, so you're forced to close it. And maybe that's what's happening. Maybe so many websites now break the back button that you prefer to open a blank page and just close it, because then you don't have to click back and it doesn't work. Nope, all this is, Mort, is this. There's this folder in my desktop, a random page of good stuff. Inside this folder, there's an index HTML file that I opened it in my text editor, which is a free texter called TextMate right here. Here's the text file with the code that I use for this, and I'm going to publish this stuff. I mean, it's here, but I'm going to publish this stuff. I'm going to make probably a repository in GitHub or GitLab for people to just download this if they want to just use something like this for a start. But I encourage people, when you're starting with this, to code it yourself so you internalize it, you remember it, and it's fun. It's fun to make something that you made yourself. Okay. We're going to look about CSS to make it look nicer as well. That's coming, but I'm doing one step at a time. And then this thing, I went to netlify.com. I talked about why I chose this. I did some research early in the stream. I had never used it before. I was looking for drag and drop functionality for publishing something. It said that this had it, and boom, and it worked. It did. We don't have custom domain name yet, but we're gonna, once we think of a name for this, we're gonna register a domain name, do all that on stream. Boris, there's a cat here now. And the visitor knows that it's a link to another. My soul is age 15 years old. Copy that. Mine too, Iceberg. I'm probably between 15 and 22 or so still, Okay. All right, people. But what time is it? 3:24. I'm not going to choose a name for the next stream. We're going to do some CSS, and we're going to try to choose a name for this and buy a domain name and publish it in a proper domain name instead of affectionate Albatani 35 Delta 724.netlify.app. Okay. But yeah, do you have a website, Mort, by any chance? And if so, do you want me to link to your Instagram here? But you know what? I'm gonna make a rule here. The only websites I'm gonna link is if you have a personal website that's not that you made. Even if you use an existing template, that's something that you made is not in a. It's not Instagram. It's not Facebook. It's not that stuff. Not since about 2001. Well, all right, maybe you should consider. I don't know if you feel like it. I don't know. I mean, you got the experience. You know how to do it already, probably, but. I want more and more people to make websites. I think it's good for us to take the power back. We want people to take the power back and start making our own stuff again. All right. I used to do it all the time, but I really have no use for one now. Copy that. Okay. No worries. Yeah, maybe you have no use for it. Maybe it's not interesting, and I understand that. You know, it's different. The use I'm imagining for this website that I'm thinking about here is I want to combine my video game. We're gonna talk about sound and stuff later, but I want to combine my flight simulator stuff with a website that tracks what's happening in the flight simulator, that tracks what the flights, maybe it'll be around the world flight. I know a lot of people do this. I know Icebird's done it. I know Wild Craze does it. I want to do it myself because I want to combine these two things, a skill about making something and about playing, because I think if you combine playing with making, they multiply each other. The playing becomes more fun, and the making becomes more fun too. I send the URL to friends and share pics and posts, but I honestly think social media is better for that these days. Yeah, how should I put this? What makes me uncomfortable about social media is I feel it centralizes power too much in the hands of very few people, and it potentially takes away from the creativity of individuals. And so I know I'm from the 90s. I was born before the 90s, but I learned about websites more and stuff on the 90s, and so I like to make things myself. Of course, I can use templates and start and stand on other people's shoulders, but I like to tinker by myself, and I like to have the freedom to do so. And I like things to look different. I like things when things don't all look the same. I like in nature, you have, if all, like here in the States, for example, there's so many yards that are just like, this person mowing the lawn, and it's the green lawn, and it's even laws that you have to have a green lawn, and it's so boring. All the lawns look green, they're all mowed. There's no native endemic plants anymore. They bring grass that's from somewhere else. Everything looks exactly the same, and I find that Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff is the same thing. Everything looks the same. Everything is the same options. You're allowed one link, and it's that or, the highway. And guess what? It's not that or the highway. You can make your own thing, and the internet is an agreement. It's not a thing. You can publish a link, send it to someone. Sure, they'll probably just click on the Instagram. You can do that. Even if it's just to put your Instagram link there. I appreciate seeing that. It's like having a garden that has plants that are natural and grow in that environment. Everybody has their own personal touch. Everyone has a voice. If you only exercise it, if you only use your voice, you may find that you have a lot of very interesting, very powerful things to say and to teach to other people. Hello, Wow Craze. Icebird for All says, I'm now trying to script all the values needed for an overlay Microsoft Flight Simulator by myself. Awesome. That is awesome. See, exactly that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Instead of just waiting for Microsoft or Asobo Studios to make something, the beauty about things like Microsoft Flight Simulator or these software is that if it has an application programming interface or if it's open source, it has an open code base that you can work with, you can make things like SimToolkit Pro that we have, like the landing rates things on my that I use on for my streams. You have like people make all this bunch of other stuff that the original people who made the original piece of code didn't even think about. And that's the amazing thing about modding. That's the amazing thing about freedom to tinker on the internet and software. Iceberg says, yesterday I made a little script which will log many flight data while velocity is greater than 0 and above ground level is greater than 0. Awesome. Cool. Iceberg. And I have to try that script that you mentioned about the changing views. It's been a while, but I'll get there. And it writes to a CSV file for using a Google Maps. Awesome. That is awesome. I'll find the starting airport and arriving airport by itself by lat launch. That is awesome, dude. You should publish it. Well, if you want, I don't know. I always encourage people to publish their code on GitHub or GitLab or Bitbucket, whatever you choose, so that other people can look at it and potentially help and potentially, you know. But, you know, maybe you don't want to do that, and I understand that too. Aloha, Iceberg. All right, so yeah, so talking about freedom, talking about oh, and let's put these, let's do that again. Look at this. I want to do this in alphabetical order, so Wild Craze is going to go to the bottom here. I just want to make it, you know, so I'm not being so I save that. Here's it in my local computer or Firefox. Let's drag our random page of good stuff and drop it. Let's click on deploys in Netlify. Need to update your site? Drag and drop outside output folder here. Drag and drop. Boom. Site is deployed. Refresh. Boom. Change that. Drag and drop to make a website. How much easier could it be? Okay. All right. I'm gonna go out cycle a bit to. I'm gonna use this beat up old bike that I become quite endearing to me. I'm gonna put my backpack on and cycle into town, go to the grocery store. I have to get some food. I'm gonna get some beers, and later I'm gonna come back and we are going to play some video games too, not just code. We're gonna play video games later. I'll put on GitHub native flight sim.2. Awesome. Yeah, I always like GitHub because I'm gonna put this on GitHub too, because I can send a link or GitLab or any type of these version control websites, because I can send a link directly to one single specific line in a piece of code or in a text file. And that's super useful when you want to speak to a very specific part of the code. I love being able to send a link to that line, you know. Copy that, Iceberg. Thanks so much for dropping by. Thanks so much, Iceberg. Thanks, Wild Craze, for dropping by. Sorry that I'm ending a little early. Thanks, Mort, for dropping by. I always appreciate your thoughts, and I'm looking forward to flying you again soon. Futura Light gave us an awesome raid before, and we got a follower. We got Pretty Canary drop by, Wolfpack drop by, Sheepa, Galaxia Cat, Dom, Elias Speaks, and I appreciate everyone's visit very much, even though I'm not playing video games. Thanks so much. Oh, and Hydra, thank you so much. In Recon? Hey, Elias. Oh, Ghost Recon. What about Ghost Recon? Oh, Wild Craze saw your last day in Recon. Were you playing Ghost Recon, or was it? I saw that Wild Craze was playing, I think, Far Cry 6 in one of the streams, right? Yeah, but I encourage you, Galaxy, anyone, don't just look at this. Go make your own website. Tomorrow, I'm going to leave you here, but tomorrow we're going to come here. We're going to go to Netlify. Oops. And we are going to look at all this stuff that we have here, okay? This looks exciting. I've never used this before. This is a learning experience for me as well. It's free. If you go to netlify.com and you go to pricing, okay? Starter, basics for personal projects, hobby sites, friends, is free, okay? There's probably like if you get like millions of users a month, like you make something amazing, then you'll probably have to start to pay. But I guarantee that I don't guarantee, but that's probably not going to happen. So you can probably stay in free forever. If you want to put instead of affectionate Albatani, affectionate Albatani 35 Delta 724 Netlify.app for my random page of good stuff instead. Of this, you want to have your custom name here, .com or .net, whatever you want. We are going to have to pay for a domain name, okay? And custom domain, I guess Netlify maybe is a domain editor as well. I'm not sure. Maybe let's just try www. Random site, random page of good stuff. It's probably not available. I'll just put thestuff.com. Let's verify. Oh, that's available. There you go. Rpogstuff.com is available. $12 a year. That's like $1 a month. We can afford that, but that's not what I'm going to call it. We're going to think about that if you have any ideas. All right. All right. I was playing it, but work was offline. So offline friends are showing around the map table. Leaning on the table, yes, nice, I want to talk to you, but you didn't. Social conventions are in my skill tree. I'll probably be happy to tag along if you want for a session. Oh, those big tanks. You're talking about Ghost Recon, yeah. I'd be happy to join in Ghost Recon, although I think Breakpoint, there's a chance I might have lost it when my hard drive got corrupted that time. I might have to reinstall it. I have to see. I have to finish that game, so I hope that Ubisoft kept my save file. They probably did. Okay, but we're going to think about this tomorrow. And we're also going to talk about secure hypertext transfer protocol. Not too difficult. We can set that up. And look at that. Analytics. Look at all this stuff. Okay, this one is for 9 months per site. We're not going to worry about that. Then we want to keep it as cheap as possible. We are going to have a custom domain, and I'm going to put all this code somewhere. It's going to start looking better. It's not going to only learn about... It's not going to just look like from the 1990s all the time. I mean, I could show you really quick right now. If you want, you could very quickly put some CSS here. Since we have some viewers, maybe I should keep going. But CSS, generally we make a second file, but for now, I don't want to complicate things. I'm gonna keep things right here in our random page of good stuff in this index HTML file. I'm gonna keep it one file and one folder. Okay, for CSS, it's like the clothes a website wear. Okay, right now our website is naked, looks a bit like Mort says the 1990s. People weren't really, not everyone, I think it was in the 60s that everyone was naked. But in the 1990s, people wore clothes that look like this. Stand by. At least in the United States and in the Western world, in the 1990s, people wore shirts that looked like this, Here it is. It's a 1990s shirt. But yeah, right now the website is naked. Looks like something from, I mean, do you want to try to make it like it looks like from the 60s? It was not just not naked, but very colorful too. We could try doing that. but basically, so the style sheet, okay, this is how you do it. You start a tag called style and you end at style, okay? If you want to be pedantic, you could go type text CSS, but we're not even going to worry about that. We're just going to leave it like that because I think most browsers will pick it up fine these days. Okay, and the first thing in the page, the things that are naked are bodies, and so we say body. And then CSS is a different language from the HTML. CSS is called cascading style sheets. And it's basically a styling language that makes something look a certain way. A lot of developers these days abuse it to try to make it do things it wasn't really designed to do, but it's very powerful, and it's basically my bread and butter when I used to do this web development more often is HTML, CSS, and visual design, okay. Oh, I love Pearl Jam. I think 10 is one of the greatest albums, one of my favorite albums ever, for sure. I like pretty much almost every single song in it. Every single song, probably. I learned to play guitar with Guns N' Roses, Nirvana, Pearl Jam. You know, then that led me to Neil Young, Black Sabbath, and that in turn led me to the blues guys, you know, Albert King, John Lee Hooker, Buddy Guy. That in turn led me to, you know, Stevie Ray Vaughan. That in turn led me to Kenny Burrell. You know, I like guitar. So we're all this stuff here, everything, this computer I'm talking to, Twitch and everything, all that's the thing about human beings, you know, it's everything in the shoulder of other people. We're building on this crazy thing on top of everything else, okay? All right, so body, different, look at these little brackets. These are curly brackets. They're not, because we are in HTML. This is an HTML document here. But right now, by putting the style thing, we're saying, hey, this is going to be a different language here, okay? This is going to be written in French, for example, it's saying, but no, it's different style. And this one is the body of the page. For example, we go background. And you can, I remember this because I did it a lot, okay? But I don't remember, I often look things up. And if you want to look something up, that's a skill. Let me move, we're going to talk about sound later, okay? Looking things up is a skill, so CSS, body, and you put MDN from the Mozilla Developer Network, and that will give you better results. The document body elements, okay? Here you go. And you can go and learn about that. You can just read documentation, okay? Okay, a bunch of colors and all this stuff, okay? Oh no, that's the HTML. I forgot to put CSS. CSS reference, document body. No, whoa, that's weird that it's not. That is not giving me a. Oh, here you go, maybe here. That is so weird that it doesn't have the body on the top of the web results here. Okay. Anyway, by putting body here, you're targeting this tag over here. Okay. This style, by saying body here, you're saying the body, the stuff, the whole thing. All right. Let's start with a border. Okay. Let's say border. Let's say 5 pixels. We want it solid and we want it red. We could write red if we want. All right, down here you can see this is the live one. This is on Netlify. This is our local one. There's our red thing. The thing about writing red is that if you're projecting, if you're using a different thing than a monitor TV, it's going to look a little different. If you want your colors to look the same everywhere, you have to use hex codes. So I don't know, FF0. That's yellow, or F00 I think is a red. And with the, obviously I'm not going to remember all this. The reason I remember a bit is because I've worked in it so much, but obviously we want to press a button in your text editor that you can pick the color you want. Okay. But let's, instead of doing that, let's put background gray, grayish to really look like even earlier, the mid-90s. Let's make it E. And you can choose the color you want, all right? Let's make it a little creamy thing that's a little bit easier. Now, let's put it, we could put it dark on, I will look at computer screen so much, I like to go a little darker, okay, so I could, yeah, border radius is great, you know, I don't know how hard it was to do web development before a border radius became widespread. I had to hack it with like, let's put it like a creamy sort of color around there. I had to hack it with like images. It was terrible. All right. This is Times New Roman probably because it's the default typeface. Okay, and to make ourselves you can go font, family, for example, Helvetica. Okay. So it changes into, and you should put a comma and put sans serif so that it defaults to sans serif if Helvetica is not available, okay? That sort of stuff. And if you go and look at CSS font family, you search and then you put MDN, even though it didn't find a body for some reason, it will give you this stuff. We can try one more time. CSS font family MDN. There it is, font family, and it will tell you all the different things you can write here, okay? And it will load the font. You can change the look. You can change the look of the links. So what's a link? A link is an A tag, right? Here you go. Here's a link. Make this a bit bigger so we can see it. There, A. That's the A tag. So in CSS, let's come here and let's make an A. And I like to leave everything in one line because it saves space, but it's harder for you to, if you're starting out especially, it can get confusing, okay? So let's do it like this. For example, if we want our links to be a color that's more matching to that weird little slightly orangish, this be a little bit more cream. Do it like that. We could change the color of the links to orange, for example. Color. Like a sort of burnt orange, maybe. I think I'm doing something wrong here because it's... did I forget something? Oh, there's two. There you go. This thing about computer codes, okay? The reason it didn't work... Look, that little mistake, I put that twice and that made it not work. Boom, there you go, that's orange. All right, blue, burnt orange. Okay, that's the thing about the potentially frustrating thing about computers. One little comma the wrong way can break everything, you know. Text shadow or box shadow copy. I'm not a huge fan of box shadow because I feel like browsers are not very good at displaying them right now, so it slows things down and makes things slower. Until browsers get better and computers get faster, I try to avoid using them generally. Silver text on black background for us gamers. Let's do it. Let's flip it around. Let's make this the color of the text. So I'm going to put body color. Let's and background. Let's make a sort of dark brown or gray or something. Boom, there you go, that's better, huh? See, just this little bit of code here in the style. We have our HTML, that's where the content, that's what the actual content of the page is, the text and images and stuff that you can select and click on, you know. That's that, and the style here is how it looks. It's like the clothes, okay? And you can write, in code there's these things called comments, okay? So right here I could say, this is the text. This is the content of the page, like the text, images, links, etc. Okay, and I can press a button. Basically, that it does this for me. I put like a less than exclamation point two dashes, and then you end it the comment with 2 dashes and close it. And this is not rendered. This doesn't appear there, but this is for the person who is making it, like myself, to remember what this is. And in CSS you can have comments too. This is the okay, so this is the body or content of the page. This is the clothes or style of the page. And in the CSS, since it's a different language, it's not HTML, it's cascading style shits. Not cascading style shits, cascading style sheets. Hey Mariano, I put the error there. Hey, I'm here to be toxic. Well, this guy's making the internet. If you're here to be toxic, you're gonna get banned. So watch out, Mariano 555. We don't want toxic people in the chat. I do have the power of teleport or frost spells to cast on toxic chatters. Just a warning. All right. What else? Silver text and black. Border radius was finicky last I used it. I had to account for several different browsers. Yeah, that's the thing that I had to go nuts about. Like when I used to do this years ago, that it was like Internet Explorer and stuff. It was like nuts. Okay, the different stuff. The browsers will render things different. It still have a problem, but not as much. Okay. All right. And style, shit, the good and the bad, the ugly, and you need them all. Exactly, yeah, you do need them all. And you do need them all. I mean, I guess the value of, you know, mistakes and problems is that it makes the rest stronger, right? Because you learn how to fix them. All right, so let's leave that separate over there. All right. And let's, okay, so we're doing pretty good here. My primary issue of an IDE is it's usually overkill for what I try to do. Same here. I mean, my primary issue of IDE though is I like to not have all my tools in one toolbox, because if that toolbox breaks, or if like my computer software gets updated and that toolbox doesn't work anymore, then I'm stuck. So I like to be able to use, you know, if my hammer breaks, I want to be able to buy another hammer, and I don't have to buy a whole toolbox, which would be expensive. So that's why I like, I see the power in IDEs for, you know, if you're debugging stuff and if you're writing, you know, stuff that's more complicated in HTML, CSS. There's some very powerful integrated development environments out there, which you know, saves you a lot of time. Okay, and the toxic may be healthy for the other, and not to forget free as free can be. Copy that. I agree, Icebird. Okay. All right, so look at that. We even did a little CSS. I'll end it with one more thing. I was going to end it before, but we're still here. Okay, I'll end it with one thing. Let's end it with this. Okay, I say the link, and this is something that I like to. Let's say if we want to go to, you know, Wildcray's site. Okay, we go to Wildcray's site, and we go back. Okay, link looks the same. I personally like to see that I visited a link, especially if it's in a list. So this is all links we're seeing that color. But what if I want to say I want the, after you click on a link, for it to change color? Okay, this is how you do it. Color. Let's make it a slider. Can do it like that. Okay, and I think we should probably put it like this. Okay, let's see if yeah, let's make it a little bit yellowish so that we know that we visited it. Okay. Now if I go to Wildcray's site, let's see if that works, and I go back. Huh, that's not working. That's funny. Maybe it's because it's in this browser. Let's try to drag it into file. I probably made a link. Yeah, no, that should be fine. Okay, but or maybe I'm forgetting something. But let's try to drag this to our web browser. Here you go. Here it works. Let's put it in a private window. And now in this private window, if I click on Wildcray's site, and then I click back. Oh, the private window doesn't keep state. Okay, but basically what I'm trying to show is that if you make the visited style, now it's not working at all. Great. Anyway, it's probably a cache invalidation, which other than naming things is the other hardest thing in computer science, according to someone much smarter than I am. Okay, it would change the color. Okay. Oh, because we're still in private. Okay, what am I doing? There you go. So I haven't clicked on this yet. Now I clicked on it, and if it was very big, we would have jumped to the bottom, and you can go 1, 2, jump to the top. Spoilers, jump to the bottom, jump to the top, and it changed the color. And a lot of people don't use this these days because they want the site to look a certain way and they want it to stay that way. But I think it's very useful, and I think it's a little detail that makes the site useful for people. And it forces you to think hard about your visual design. Like, I want not just one color, but 2 colors have to look good together. The normal link and the visitor link for this design. And I try to think about that stuff, you know, but I know it's... All right, anyway, I am gonna leave it here. After all this stuff, I'm gonna run the outro now. And I tend to do weird things with my links. That's cool. That's the cool thing about doing things yourself, isn't it? You can do weird things. You can do whatever you want. Like you don't have to just do what Mark Zuckerberg lets you do on Facebook, or you can experiment. And the great days of the web, in my opinion, the beautiful thing about the internet is that for now still it's an agreement. It's not a thing. So as long as you follow certain rules, you can publish your own thing, like we saw on this stream. All right, so thanks so much for being here. Random items with on click. Yeah, I do that on hypertext here. I like that a lot. No, on my personal site, I like to have like a random thing, a button that you click random, and it'll take you to a random page. I love that. I love randomness. And I appreciate that very much, because life is random, right? We try to entropy. Chaos in the end is what ultimately wins. So it's kind of fun to try to keep it in check with a little bit of randomness for it, and for good matter. Let's see if anybody's out there for us to raid. I'm just gonna go to the manager, not Skype, but Twitch. Let's put it down here. Let's see if anybody is out there. Who's out there that we're following? Cats Per, Valheim, Two-Tone Murphy, but these people are like too many people. Let's go to Twitch. Let's go to Twitch, and let's look software and game development. Let's see if there's some nice people out there. Stochastic on click facility. Is this Mariano guy like a bot or what? I don't know. Let's take a look. Are you really toxic, or are you making a joke, Mariano? Are you a streamer? Study and work streams. Behold GNU software. Okay. No xenophobia, no swami. That's cool. You're not streaming, so I can't raid you. All right. But thanks for visiting. Thanks for not being toxic, even though said you are. I avoid toxicity. Let's see who else is out there streaming software and game development. And I hope you have a good day, Mariano. All right. We got Twilio. Thanks so much, Iceberg. Peace in New York City. Peace to Austria, man. Peace to maybe I see a wild crazes. Radio items with on-click event. And Mariano, here's a message for you. Don't study too hard. Life's not just about studying, okay? Make sure to play as well. If you can combine play with study, that's what I'm trying to do right here. And that's pretty like a holy grail, like a mug of gold, okay? To combine video games with useful things. That's the cool thing about Twitch, right? I mean, we're having a community here, we're talking, and we're learning things. Let's see if someone else is out there teaching us some cool things on the software and game development channel. Let's go to someone with not many viewers down the bottom. Good Spanish. I'm going to try to stick with English. Have a grand afternoon to you as well. Wow, Chris. Oh, that's an awesome emote. Pride Unicorn. Thanks. I like that emote. It's very colorful. Look at that. We're down there. Okay, let's see if there's anybody else out there. Yeah, please don't study too hard. Don't just, Okay, I'll end it with this. Okay, there's this interview of this palliative nurse, which is a nurse that takes care of people in their deathbed. It's like old people, and the number one regret of people who are dying is that they worked too much. That's the number one regret of this interview. We'll talk about that more maybe on the next one. Okay. Let's see. Let's see, anybody here? I'm just trying to see if there's something, me and my game. Ramonos French. Arena. If someone has a suggestion, I'm very happy to listen, to take a look. Okay, let's go up again. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm just looking. Just looking. Burb Knight's robot television. I kind of like the purple thing, and his hat looks a little interesting. That's catching me. Let's take a look. Everyone's different.
World space. And that's static. So
Music's a little too strong. Gold Wars, Kieriski. We need more women we need more women in software development. So I like to we need more women to be in charge in the world, period, for a better world. So I like to, if I find a woman doing code, that sounds good. Let's go raid Kierizi. Here we go. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for being here. I will see you again soon. Hypertext Hero. In 3, 2, 1 is out. Peace out.